I've seen those communications and the utterances by the Secretary General. But let me confirm something to you. I'm a member of the ANC in good standing. I have also, attempted to send you some proof that my membership only expires at the end of October. But it is not the Secretary General who has the power to do that. My branch, which I have communicated with, and they are aware that my membership only expires at the end of October.
Now you're saying that currently your membership is without question or doubt still relevant?
My membership is very relevant.
And then are you saying that the party and its Secretary General have no place to terminate your membership based on the allegations that you've been exploiting the party for?
You see, I'm from Fikile, a street away from my house. The first Secretary General of the ANC in 1912 is living, his house is there. It is not the first time I know of a Secretary General by Fikile Mbalula. And this is the African National Congress, not Mbalula National Congress. The leaders of this organization are produced by the ANC, not vice versa. Whether Chief Lituli or Tambo, including Fikile Mbalula himself, they are the product of this organization.
Now, what is your role in the ANC? Have you been lobbied or requested to do fundraising work for the ANC?
The ANC is a voluntary organization. You do the work of the ANC wherever and when you feel like assisting or providing any service for the ANC. It's a voluntary organization. And in the case where Fikile is talking about sourcing money and stuff like that, a January 8th function, everyone is allowed to attend. And the ANC itself cannot transport all the people. And if there is a particular businessman who's ready to assist, like the list that appeared on TV, you can see those people come from Mpumalanga, Limpopo, Free State, Eastern Cape. We are just trying to bring as many comrades to the function. It's not about being lobbied. And on the same breath, you know, on the January 8th that we are talking about, the national officials of the ANC, they came with one boat from Cape Town to Robben Island. It's only Fikile Mbalula alone who came with a lavish boat owned by a foreign national company. Do we have to question him? Did he declare that? What should we say if such a thing has actually taken place?
A foreign boat owned by which international interest?
We cannot know, but you can see it's not owned by a South African person.
Are you alleging that Fikile Mbalula is tainted through this interaction?
No, not necessarily tainted. I'm trying to prove a point that with a January 8th celebration, you will get donations, you will be assisted by different people. It doesn't necessarily say when you assist, then you are a criminal cartel.
Did you use Minister Mchunu's name as well to get these funds for the January 8th statement for the accommodation and the like?
In all those messages that are appearing, there's no way they say, I've mentioned Minister Senzo Mchunu that you must give me money. The rest of the money went to the traveling and accommodation of those people. Senzo Mchunu has a house, has a state house in Cape Town. He did not even attend the gala dinner. He did not even attend the January 8th. We did not use his name. And talking of being implicated, the way Fikile is doing, like all the utterances he made, let me give you one. He traveled with Vusi Keke abroad. Vusi Keke has been convicted and sentenced for the killing of Wandile Boswane. It was also shown that he was with Vusi Keke 2-3 days before Wandile Boswane was murdered. I know Boswane's family. You know, with our interaction, they showed me some proof that actually Boswane gave Fikile Mbalula 1 million rand, and he promised to pay it back. Today, the money is not paid.
You're saying that Mbalula was instrumental in working with Makeke to ensure that what was done to Boswane happened?
I cannot say that. I'm saying, in as much as he was with Vusi Keke, currently Vusi Keke has been sentenced. Do we have to label him? Do we have to tell him you can't be a member of the ANC? You were traveling with someone who's been convicted and sentenced? That's what I'm saying. That the same applies to his wife in Free State. She was involved in the housing scandal, where Fikile is a direct beneficiary because he's the husband. Do we have to say, no, you can't be a Secretary General because now your wife is implicated? He's using the name Brown Mogotsi to actually attack his target. And that target is Senzo Mchunu. This whole thing that led to Madlanga Commission, the target is Senzo Mchunu.
Why would the former minister be specifically attacked? For what means?
Contestation. The 2027 electoral conference has all these things.
All these allegations against you, prominent business people like Suleiman Karim, all of you mentioned to be working together and acquainted, all of these are just to target Senzo Mchunu?
You need to check something very important here. Everyone, whether working or employed, for you to be employed, you produce a curriculum vitae. Nobody writes on his CV that I'm a thief. So meeting with Ket Matlala, if ever he has done something wrong elsewhere, he didn't tell me. Every businessman will never tell you that I'm a thief or whatever. The thing is, you are discussing what you are discussing at that moment.
Mr. Mogotsi, what is the nature of your relationship with Vuspunsi Ket Matlala?
It takes us back to the right platform which is coming now. He's a businessman, I'm a businessman, but remember the commission is coming where I'll be able to actually go deeper about my involvement.
How do you respond to allegations that you actually exploited your relationship with Vuspunsi Ket Matlala for your own interests, financial interests at that?
You know, I'm not a well-off businessman, but the amount mentioned there is 150,000. Truly, that one I can have. I cannot exploit that amount of money. Ket was assisting not necessary delegates, comrades who were attending the January 8th. There's a message where I asked him to give somebody in the Eastern Cape 10,000. He didn't give it. Or another one was about 12,000. It's not to solicit. It's not to extort that amount of money. If there was a message which says, Ket gave me 5 million, and the next thing he was appointed. And why I'm saying Senzo Mchunu has been targeted, check. Ket was appointed for 360 million rand by the previous former minister, by the previous administration. But with the review of the same tender, Senzo Mchunu terminated this contract. So how does we and Ket become one thing, whereas he loses 360 million tender?
But you made promises towards Ket Matlala regarding that.
Yeah, that will be outlined during the commission as to how and what was the purpose of those actions.
General Khumalo has mentioned that there's an existent relationship between Ket Matlala and a Northwest businessman, Suleiman Karim. Now, how do you fit into that equation?
No, he'll explain if I fit. I don't fit in that equation.
So you've never engaged with them, had any association with them as a trilogy?
No, never.
Okay, so we heard from General Khumalo. There are quite scathing allegations that have been made against you at the commission. You are saying that you are willing to expand further at the commission. Have you been invited, and are you willing to appear before the commission?
Yes, I'm willing to appear before the commission. You see, the Audi Altram Patram ensures the right of an individual to give a side of the story. But significantly, what I like to raise with you, I thought General Khumalo or General Mkonazi or General Masemola, they will provide the commission with a proof of Section 205, which allows them to have access to cell phones. If not, then how are they going to prove that these things belong to us? How are we going to prove that this message is my message?
Now,
because message can be planted. You can use AI to change certain things and just put things that we don't know.
You're not only questioning the manner in which these WhatsApp messages were released, but you're also questioning the authenticity of the messages.
Obviously, yes. I saw some messages written there. I never typed those messages.
Now, Mr. Mogotsi, in our previous interview, you spoke about you needing a proper platform to expand on your underground dealings. Speaking on underground dealings, were you referring to working underground to leak classified police information to Matlala?
Once, let me give you an example about the ad hoc committee. I'm on the list of the ad hoc committee. I don't know if you are aware that the ad hoc committee is not empowered to extract facts. It's not even empowered to protect sources or informant or me. Therefore, such things can only be done in the commission. Coming here and talk about any operation, whether it's under or is elsewhere in the sky, cannot change the scenario.
Now, deep in the allegations that are leveled against Matlala, the Tembisa scandal, there's a name that appears there, Hangwani Maumela, and your name also appears in the same allegations. What is your involvement in the whole Tembisa scandal?
And that's what's going to prove now that those messages have been planted. Some messages have been planted. I don't know the men. I never even met Kat at Tembisa. I've never been to Tembisa Hospital before. I know nothing about Tembisa. And if there are allegations linking me and Maumela and Kat, then it means all those messages are being manufactured elsewhere.
So you have no dealings or understanding with regards to the relationship between Matlala and Maumela with Tembisa?
Nothing. I know nothing.
What is your understanding of tender irregularities in our province, the Northwest?
I don't follow tenders. I don't do government tenders.
You don't follow
Yes,
tenders?
the last time my foundation got involved was with the Department of Health, Brown Mogotsi Foundation. We interdicted the process. They had to re-advertise. We requested through POPIA to have access to the records and all those things. Ultimately, I got the foundation got a court order against the department and the service provider. It dragged, they went to Supreme Court of Appeal. It included so much money that the foundation decided, no, let's not proceed with this.
So you abandoned it due to financial constraints?
And it was not ending, it was continuing non-stop.
So you are not aware of any other Maumela's interest with the 1 billion rand food supply tender in Northwest?
No, I don't even know about the food tender in Northwest.
Okay. So you said that you are willing to appear before the ad hoc committee as well, but you don't feel like it's got legal powers?
It's not that I don't feel like, it does not have.
It does not have.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Mr. Mogotsi, you are found deep in this political task team killings, the disbandment or seeking to have it disbanded. Why did you pursue this matter?
I know nothing about that. You know, that I can confirm something very important. When I spoke to the minister, Senzo Mqunu, being a Mahican boy, things that I was more critical and, trying to pursue was that the TTA here, which used to be the provincial headquarters of Bupetatwan, should be brought back here. I even asked him if possible he should talk to the Minister of Defense that the headquarters of the army should also come back to Mahikeng. That's the only way you could revive the economy. Potchefstroom has the defense intelligence of the country. All the artillery is based in Potchefstroom. The revenue there is so huge. So there are so many things I could have spoken to Senzo Mqunu about, not the political killing task team.
And you never made promises to Kat Matlala that you'll ensure it's disbanded?
No, I only showed him that it's disbanded.
Mr. Mogotsi, thank you so much for availing yourself to